Hello everybody, I hope you're doing well. This morning I'm joined by Nikki and Gilberto for our class, for your class. We're going to go ahead and start standing in front of your mat with your feet about hip width apart, making sure your toes are pointing forward. Roll your shoulders back. Let's go ahead and interlace our arms behind. Just do a nice stretch and opening your mouth softly, do a gentle roll of your neck. If you find a space, a spot when you need to take it a little bit easier or you need to take a break there, just hold it and breathe a little bit. And then go ahead and stop and begin to rotate to the other side. Again, being mindful of the movement, we're checking in. It's just a soft movement. The mouth is the jaw and release the neck. And again, let's go ahead and come back to center. Release the arms and just shake the arms a little bit. Bring your hands to heart center. With the palms in heart center, roll your shoulders back, roll your shoulders down, and close your eyes for a few breaths. We want to begin to center. We want to begin to allow the body and the mind to be present. Begin to feel your feet grounding. And then that energy begins to lift up, making you a little bit taller, a little bit stronger. We begin to engage Mula Bandha, lifting the pelvic floor. Uddiyana Bandha, drawing the lower abdominals in. Lengthen the spine a little bit taller. We seal the lips. And we begin to breathe in and out through our nose. If you are familiar with Ujjayi breath, we begin to connect with our Ujjayi breath. And taking a nice long inhale through the nose, open your eyes, reach the arms up, and we hold the arms up towards the sky. Press the palms together, reach a little bit higher. If that bothers you, you can always keep the arms slightly apart. But the intention is to lift and reach, making sure your shoulders are drawing down. And then bringing the hands to heart center, bring your hands to your hips, roll the shoulders back, and slowly begin to fall with soft knees, and release the head down. You can begin to release the arms and allow just the heaviness of your upper body to pull you and let you get a little bit lower. Begin to lift into a halfway up. Roll the shoulders back. And pressing the palms, bend your knees, and we're going into a tabletop position. Pressing our knees right below the hips, relax the feet, hands right below your shoulders, palms spreading away. Take an inhale round the spine, and exhale back to neutral. We're not doing cats and cows yet, just a little rounding of the spine. Inhale, pull the belly button in, and exhale to your neutral. And then again, inhale, pull it in. And exhale, neutral. We're going now into our full cats and cows. Inhale, open the chest, look up, shoulders back. And exhale, round the spine. Inhale, open, roll the shoulders back, expand the chest. And exhale, rounding. And inhale, open. We're going to hold here, keep breathing. Roll the shoulders back. Heart center reaches and pushes forward. And on the following exhale, begin to round. Take your time, push the floor away. Rounding, rounding, rounding. And coming into a neutral. We're going to begin to roll the toes and slowly begin to lift the knees of your mat. And begin to slowly push your hips up and back, keeping the knees bent. Stretching the arms, long arms, fingers away from each other. Check in with your bandhas, pulling in. Begin to extend the right leg and drop the hips a little bit to the right. And lift the right heel, extend the left leg, drop the hips a little bit to the left. And then extend both legs, push the hips a little bit farther back. If you need to keep the knees extended, go ahead and do the modification. Don't be too hard on your body. Just see where it feels good. Now we're going to bend the right knee again, and we're going to drop the hips to the right. And come back into center, push those hips back. Bending the left knee, we drop those hips to the left. And we come back into center, push those hips back, looking forward. Step the right foot in between your hands. Lower the back knee and release the toes. Lifting up the chest, roll the shoulders back, interlace the hands, and again open the chest. Look up. If looking up bothers your neck, you can always just look, keep the neck long, looking forward, or slightly just lifting your gaze up. Release softly the arms, right hand on your knee, left arm reaches up, inhale, and begin to push those hips bones forward a little bit more. And then we're doing a side stretch to your right, slightly out. Come back into center, release that hand on the floor. We're stepping into a high plank, lifting the back knee a step back, and then we're stepping back into a downward dog. Long stretch, sit bones back, looking forward. Now the left foot comes in front and the right knee lowers. Again, release the toes, we lift, we roll the shoulders, open the heart and bind. And expand. Again, binding if it's too much, you can always be on your hips and just open the heart. Full breaths. Releasing the hands, left hand on your knee, right arm reaches up and hips push forward. A soft stretch to your left. And we place back the hands on the floor. We're stepping forward. Lift the head halfway up, shoulders back. And slowly palms on the floor. Tucking the chin to chest. Soften the knees. And slowly begin to roll like in a slow-mo. Once you're up, lift the arms, stretch it up, interlace the fingers, and we press the palms up to the sky. Side stretch. Come back to center, inhale, reach a little bit higher, we're going to the same side. Exhaling. Coming back to center, reach, and exhale the other side. Make sure to breathe and smile and have happy thoughts. Come back to center, lift, and exhale. Coming back to center, release the arms. And we're going to bring the feet together into Samastitihi. Arms next to the body, reaching long. Surya Namaskar A. Inhale, reach up. And exhale, forward fold. Halfway up, inhale. And exhale, step back into a high plank. You can go into a full chaturanga. You can lower the knees into a half chaturanga, or knees, chest, and chin to the floor, lifting up into cobra or up dog, and roll back into your downward dog. Long extension on the legs, hips, and arms. Being mindful of the breath in and out through your nose. The heels are reaching towards the floor, but if they're not on the floor, it's okay. You still want to feel those sit bones pushing back. And we're going to gaze forward on your inhale. Step to the front of the mat, lengthen the spine, and we release into Uttanasana. All the way up, inhale in, reach up, lengthen, gaze up, and hands to heart center. One more just like that. You can do your modifications or a full variation. Inhale and reach, and exhale and fold. Halfway up, we inhale. Press the palms and step or hop back. Lower into chaturanga or knees, chest, chin. Up dog or cobra. And back into our downward dog. Very mindful, I always like downward dogs to check in with my body. I start from the toes up, check in with my bandhas. Taking that little extra stretch here. And we gaze forward, we walk or jump to the front of the mat, lengthen, and release into forward fold. All the way up, inhale, reach up, and hands to the sides of the body. Roll the shoulders back, interlace the hands, expand the chest, opening the chest, bend the knees, and chest to your knees, release the head. Softly bring the hands to your low back, and then release the bind and allow the arms to hang heavy. If you wish, begin to extend the legs into a forward fold. Allowing the crown of the head to reach towards the floor. And begin to halfway up, inhale in. Bend the knees again, we reach into Utkatasana, reaching the arms up. Heels are pressing firmly, arms are up, and draw the elbows towards each other. We all have different ways that we do our Utkatasana. Some people go really, really low. We tend to stay here. The weight towards the heels. I'm doing this, but you're welcome to do whatever option you always do on your practice. Last breath, let's sit a tiny bit lower. And then extend the legs, reach a little bit higher, arms to the side. Surya Namaskar B. Bend the knees, Utkatasana. Inhale and exhale, forward fold. Halfway up, inhale. Press a step back or hop, chaturanga or knees, chest, and chin. Lift up into a cobra, inhale in. Roll back into downward dog. Left heel down, rotate the heel slightly, right foot in front. Warrior one, reach and bend the front knee, arms up. Palms reach to the floor again, palms on the mat, a step back. Again, your knees, chest, and chin or chaturanga. Up dog or cobra. Rolling back into our down dog. Right heel is slightly in, left foot forward, and reach up. Make sure your back foot is pressing firmly. Palms to the floor again. Step back, chaturanga or knees, chest, and chin. Up dog or cobra. Back into our down dog. We're staying here 5 full breaths. Checking in with the breath, with the bandhas. Last breath. Gazing forward, walk or jump to the front of the mat, lengthen, and release into the forward fold. Bending the knees, Utkatasana, heels pressing firmly. Extend the legs, arms to the side. Palms in heart center. We're going to take a long step to the side. 10 toes are facing towards your mat. Heels are slightly out. Reach the arms up to the sky. Inhale. Roll the arms back. Interlace behind. Open the chest and expand. Drawing a line with your nose, begin to fold forward. So you keep the gaze forward, the nose pointing forward. When you're on your lowest point, release the crown of the head towards the mat. Stretch those arms away from you. Ground in the legs, begin to look up, and now we're drawing that line back up. And release the arms. Long arms out to the sides. Rotate the right heel in, toes out to the front of your mat. Reaching forward, Trikonasana, lengthening on an inhale, and release the hand. Allow it to naturally land somewhere on your leg, except your knee. You can bind a big toe. Gaze up towards the top hand and create a strong, long line from the top hand to the bottom. Square and open the chest. The heart is always open and expanding. Let's go ahead and look down. And grounding, lift all the way up. And we rotate the right toes in, the left toes out. And as you inhale, reach first. And exhale and allow naturally to get somewhere. We don't use props. We allow the body to be our only tool because it's everything that we have in reality. So maybe we're here, 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 but we're being safe and honoring our body. Grounding those legs. I keep a little tippy toe from a little baby blue. Gaze down and inhale all the way up. Hi, blue. Rotate the toes in, and we rotate the right toes out. We're going to bring the right hand to the right hip, and then reach and rotate the left arm forward. If you need to readjust, I need to short my stand a little bit. We're going into a revolving triangle. So reach forward on the inhale, and begin to rotate the chest to your side. And then you can bring the hand on the floor, on your chin, on your foot, and open the chest. Look up to the top hand, or maybe you stay halfway in the pose, with here, hand on the hip, and the shoulder is the one that rotates. Gazing down, inhale and ground, lift all the way up, extend. Right toes in, left toes out, left hand on the hip, and the right one reaches. Again, reach and cross over on your exhale. And if you're not going too deep for whatever reason today, you can stay halfway there, and I'm just rotating the shoulders. We're going to begin to look down, ground the legs, and inhale all the way up. 10 toes to the front of your mat. Roll the shoulders back, hands on your hips. Expand the chest open, and we're going to go halfway down. Hold it right there, and we're going to bring the right hand on the floor. Bend the right knee slightly, open the chest, and extend the left arm up. You're welcome to keep the knee bent, or you can extend the knee and get a little bit deeper into the pose. Gaze down to your right hand and switch the left one where the right one is. Again, bend the knee and open and do the rotation as you exhale. If you wish, again, you can extend that left leg. Keep the chest open. Look down, both hands on the floor. Draw the heels in, the toes out. And roll it slowly up, hands on your hips. Roll the shoulders back. This is somebody's favorite pose, or one of the favorite ones, not mine. We're gonna go open the arms up, palms are facing up for bending the elbows, bend the knees out towards the toes, and hold. We're holding. We're reaching those knees back. And then let's go ahead and bring those hands to your knees. Push those knees a little bit farther back. The chest begins to draw towards the floor. And the right shoulder down. Look towards your right, towards your left. And gaze down, left shoulder in, look towards your right. And gaze down, begin to extend those legs, hands to your hips, toes are in. Inhale, arms up, hands to the middle and begin to fall all the way down. Hug the elbows on the way and just hang in here. Allow the weight to shift slightly to your toes. Heels are barely touching. And carefully, just push a little bit more weight on the heels so your hips push back. Toes softly touching. Even out the weight. Release the hands, tuck in your chin to chest. And take your time to begin to roll up. Roll the shoulders back. Rotate the right toes to the front of your mat and let's step to the front of the mat. Roll those shoulders back, arms up, inhale. And hold. Find a nice long line from the midline to the sky. Palms to heart center. And we're going into a balanced pose. So we're going to go ahead and shift the weight to your left leg. Bend in the right knee. We're going to bring the right knee off the floor up. We're welcome to stay here. You can go ahead and catch the knee, bring it a little bit higher. You can go ahead and catch the big toe, get taller, and maybe just open halfway. Maybe you extend a little bit more. It's all up to you. Balance. It's good. We fall, we just get back to it, right? Let's go ahead and shift the weight to your right leg. Press in firmly, and again, you know what the choices are. So we can keep just the knee, hands on the hips, whoops. Hand on the knee. Hand on the big toe. Maybe not even extending the entire leg. Maybe you go all the way out. Bend the knee, release, and we come back to standing. Walk a little bit, shift that weight. And we're going to go ahead and come to the front of the mat again. Well, you're already on the front probably. On the front, reach the arms up, inhale, and a long exhale, forward fold. Halfway up, inhale, and a step back into a high plank. From our high plank, we're going to go ahead and lower the right knee. And you're going to rotate the hips to the left. Open and expand. Push into your right hand. Push the floor away. Lift the hips slightly up. And if you wait a tiny bit more, just bring that left leg off the floor. If the leg is up, softly release it. Look down, and we come back to a table. And then left knee down, extend the right. Open the chest up. Again, if you wait a little bit more, we lift that leg. Lower the leg if it's up, gazing down, palms on the floor. And push back into a child's pose for a nice quick stretch and release. Check in with your breath. Pressing up into your tabletop position. We're going to go into Bachistasana again, into a side plank. You're welcome to do what we just did, which was keeping the knee down and rotating, or go ahead and extend and rotate to the outer edge of your right foot, and the left one comes on top, or it can go in front like a little choo-choo train. Push the hips up, push into the floor. You're stacking your shoulder, elbow, and wrist on your right side. Deep breaths. Again, if you want a little bit more, lift the leg. If not, it's okay. Gazing down, palms on the floor. And then again, either knee on the mat, rotate, or outer edge of the foot, and lifting up. Looking down, palms on the floor. Lower the knees and stretch back into child's pose with palms facing up so we can soften the shoulders. Palms on the floor. Lift up into a tabletop position. We're going to extend the left leg back, the right arm forward, checking in to pull those bandhas in, abdominals in, Uddiyana Bandha, Mula Bandha active. Exhale, elbow and knee meet in the middle. Inhale, extend. Exhale. Inhale. And last one. Inhale, extend. Lower the hand, lower the knee. We extend the right leg and the left arm, or the opposites, wherever you were. Lengthen, lengthen. Find that strong foundation to maintain us steady. And exhale, round. Inhale. Exhale, round. Inhale. Exhale, round. Extend and hold. Release the hand, release the knee. Crossing your feet back. Roll back into a seated position. Any comfortable seated position right now? So just bend your knees. Any comfortable seated. Press the hands on your knees. Roll the shoulders back. And roll your shoulders forward. Coming in to center. Drop the right ear to the right shoulder. Center. Left ear to the left shoulder. Center. Roll the shoulders back. Sit up nice and tall. We're going to bring the knees together and extend the legs forward. Long legs. We're going to bring the right leg to your inner thigh, right foot to your inner thigh for Danu Chasana. Create length on the spine. Do a slow rotation towards your left knee. And you can bring the hands to the floor and walk wherever you feel comfortable. You can reach beyond the foot and bind. You can stay halfway there. Wherever you are, just be mindful that the left leg is long. Think of the back of your knee pressing to your mat and your toes flexing towards you. And that gives you the stretch. Eventually, the fold will come. We're going to look to the toes and walk back up. We're going to Baddha Konasana before we go to the other side. So bring that left foot to find the right one. Press the feet together. And then you can lift it slightly and walk towards your heels. Or wiggle a little bit and walk to your heels. Interlace, hug the feet, lengthen the spine. And remember, when your nose gazing forward, we're going to draw a line. So heart center is reaching towards the feet wherever we're going. Again, maybe today this is where we are, but we're maintaining that expansion on the chest. Even if we're all the way down, you want to maintain the chest open, guiding the heart towards the earth. Look forward and we bring that line back up. Same with a round spine, rounding belly button heights, tucking the chin to chest, and crown of the head this time rolls back. Again, maybe we're halfway there. We're still rounding, drawing in, and maybe here we are. Maintaining the roundness of the spine, tucking in the chin to chest, and slowly begin to place each vertebrae on top of the next one and sit up tall. We go to the other side, so we're going to extend the right leg, left foot in, create length on the spine, and sit up tall. Again, you can rest the hands and stay here. You can go to whichever place that you feel that your body gives you today. Again, the main idea on this day, today, is to bring the back of the knee towards the mat without hyperextending, and the toes a little bit closer towards you to maintain that length on the leg. And begin to inhale, and if you're binding, release. Everybody sit up tall. We're going to extend both legs. Nice long legs. We're going to bring the hands behind. Fingertips are pointing towards you. And roll the elbows towards your shoulder. Expand the chest. Your gaze is up. Your modification would be the knees bent, the feet flat. And as we inhale, begin to lift up and expand, keeping the body active throughout every breath. Open the chest, expand. Begin to gaze up and begin to allow your hips to lower and sit up tall. Bring the arms forward and just, when you have sensitive wrists, just roll it around a little bit so we don't feel it too much. Okay, we're going to go to the side of, we're going to go on our side on the mat. So go ahead and bring your right elbow on the floor or left elbow, wherever you are. And your elbow is right below your shoulder. Your heart is open and your legs are long, long, long. And then flex the feet as if you were standing. So you're standing on the floor, your feet will be like flat right against the floor. And push the chest up a little bit so you're not sinking into that right shoulder. Deep breaths. Deep, deep breaths. We're gonna bend the right knee, the left knee, sorry, and catch that big toe. Again, maybe we're not going too much today. Just feel how your body allows you to go, how far. So begin to open the hips. So even if I keep my knee bent, I'm keeping the hips open. Or you can begin to extend that leg and push the floor away. So do you notice how I'm sinking? So I'm pushing away from the floor. And smile. You know that stretch should be like our everyday stretch. You know, bringing the lips, the corners of your lips up to the sides, up to the sky. And bend the knee, be gentle. When we go out of the poses, extend the leg. And then we're gonna go to the other side. So I'm just gonna flip this way so I don't have to give you my back. And again, sitting up nice and tall, push. Not sitting up, extending. And then go ahead and bend and catch that big toe. It's light, it's going on, so it's cool. Push. And then again, keeping my knee bent, I don't even have to open. I'm keeping the hips open, my heart open, and then allow the body to sink. Push it away. And then you begin that extension to happen wherever we are. Maybe we need to support the leg. Go ahead and do so, just don't sink. We have one more breath in here. And let's be mindful when we come out of every pose. So go ahead and extend. And we go. Let's come on and face me. And then rotate to your belly. And we go into a Sphinx Pose. So your elbows are right below the shoulders. Your hands are long, palms pressing down. And shoulders push back. Open. Your legs are hip-width apart. And toenails are pushing on the floor. That lifts your knees off the mat. You're welcome to stay here. Or walk a little bit the elbows in and closer to your body. Roll the toes, lift up, and maybe you stay here. Core. Maybe you want to lift the hips slightly and begin to walk the feet a little bit more. If you're all the way up into Chichulasana, begin to walk back into that supported plank. And then we all release the knees, release the feet, back into our Sphinx. We're going to go into an inversion now. So your choice of inversion is to go back into Chichulasana, where we were right now. I'm sliding here. You can go ahead and bring the crown of the head, hips to the heels, crown of the head towards the mat, and catch. You can lift the hips accordingly to what feels good on you. You can go into a full downward dog, or you can go ahead and go standing and just hugging the elbows. Anywhere where you are higher the heart than the head will counts as an inversion. You can go ahead and interlace, press, tucking the shin, crown of the head on the floor, push the floor away, lift up into going towards a headstand, maybe one leg up, maybe both legs up. Whatever you choose, we want to maintain that equal breath. We want to maintain a calmness. We want to maintain a soft face. And when you're ready, begin to make your way down to your knees and then push back into a child's pose. And begin to bring your hands closer towards your shoulders, below your shoulders, and begin to lift up. And we're going to sit on our heels, and you can bring the knees a little bit closer towards each other. If this feels good, we stay here for a few breaths. If this is too much, just lift a little bit. You can always, around the house, if you have a towel, you can put it below your ankles just to soften, because this pose is really, really good for your feet. Or you can just stay up without too much pressure on your feet. We're going to roll the toes, push the heels towards the back, and again we're shifting the weight, so we're sitting on our heels and the toes are rolled in, and it feels really yummy. Well, for me. Lift and soften the feet again flat. Release to the heels. And one more. We lift, roll the toes in, and sit back. Lift the weight, cross your feet, and roll into seated, or just shift somehow into a seated position. Come into a seated. We're going to bring the right heel closer to your groin, knees out to the side, and the left one, it's in front. So we're not stacking them, they're right in front of each other. Sitting up nice and tall, rest the hands on your knees, and roll those shoulders back again. Feel the expansion right here. The heart is open. You're smiling. And soften. We're going to bring the left hand to the floor and the right arm up to the sky, and shift to the right a little bit. So you're rotating the heart, the chest towards the right, and you're looking up. You can begin to bend that left elbow, get a deeper into that extension. You don't have to. Maybe if the forearm is available, lower. And go ahead and push and gently lower. We're going to stay here. We're going to bring the left arm back and the right hand on your left knee, and then lift on an inhale and twist on an exhale. Don't force your neck to go all the way around. Your head is moving because your shoulders, your torso is rotating. Stay on the twist and go ahead and look towards your right shoulder. And then gently begin to undo the twist. Lengthen the spine, hands on your knees. Roll the shoulders back, look up, and do a soft forward fold. Last thing to drop is the head. If you want to relax the arms, just stretch them out to the sides. Again, you're not forcing the body into the forward fold. You're allowing gravity to press you, to pull you down. And gently bring the hands back to the knees if the arms are out, and push yourselves up. We're going to go ahead and switch. So we're going to bring now the left heel in, and the right one is in front. Sitting up nice and tall. We're going to go first to the right side, forearm down, left arm, and open. Remember, we can stay on our hands and just bend in slightly the elbow. Or you can go all the way. And then press that left sit bone down. And lift up. Nice and long. Right arm behind you. Left hand crosses onto your knee. And inhale, get taller. And exhale, twist. Make sure you're using the back arm for length, not to support and drop the body towards the hand. Stay on your twist and look. We're staying nice and tall. And stay on your twist. We're going to look towards that left shoulder. Nice and tall, and begin to release the twist. Hands on your knees. Lift and chest open as you begin to allow to release forward. You can stretch the arms. Palms on your knees. Push and lift up. Nice and long. Go ahead and bring your knees together. Give yourself a hug. And then tuck in. And begin to roll slowly. Slowly, slowly. Oops, I have the mic right here. Slowly, slowly, slowly. Keep the knees into your chest. And then keep the knees bent and place your feet flat on the mat. Then your arms out to the sides, palms are facing up and the shoulders are completely relaxed. And then heel toes so your feet are right at the edges of your mat. The knees remain bent, so you can always take a pic on the video to see the posture, and then go ahead and go back and keep your neck nice and long. We're going to drop both knees towards the right, and make sure you're looking to the left and pressing that left shoulder down. This is one of my favorite stretches. And gently, feet flat on the edges of your mat. And then begin to draw the knees to the left as you gaze to your right. And press the feet flat. Go ahead and walk the feet together. Keep the knees bent. And we're going to cross the right leg over the left one on a figure 4 and push that right knee back. If this feels good, it's, like a modified pigeon pose. If this feels good, you stay here. You can bring that left knee in closer to your chest, but keep that right knee pushing back. You can interlace in between the legs to get closer, or you can extend that left leg and catch. You can point and flex the left foot for a little bit stretch on that leg. And let's go ahead into your catching the leg, bend the knee and rest the foot flat. And then undo the right one. Cross the left one over into your figure 4, and the knee presses back, so it's away from your body. Again, this is you stay, or you interlace it, get closer, but that left knee keeps away from your body, or you extend and walk a little bit closer. If your leg is long, begin to walk the hands and bend. We're going to rest both feet on the floor. And then gently begin to extend the legs in front of you, pressing them together. And point the toes all the way forward. And stretch the arms overhead and take a nice long, those morning stretch that makes you feel like alive and happy to be starting on your day. Inhale and stretch a little bit more. Exhale, begin to melt a little bit. Inhale and stretch. Exhale, begin to melt. And then begin to allow the arms to come closer to your body, palms up. And then open the legs as wide as your mat and release the legs completely so they surrender to the sides, to the floor. Readjust your shoulders, your head. Wiggle the toes away from each other. Stretch the fingers away from each other and stretch the arms a little bit more. Take a full breath in through your nose and a deep breath out through your mouth. In through your nose, don't be shy. Loudly out through the mouth. A soft breath in. Seal the lips and slowly out. And begin to surrender for Shavasana. Begin to allow the body just to vibrate with the energy we created throughout our practice. The eyes are softly closed, the mouth is softly closed, and the breath is easy and natural. There's a beautiful smile on your face. If you have more time, please stay in Shavasana as much as you like. Otherwise, begin to stretch your toes. Begin to stretch your fingers. Gently begin to hug the right knee to your chest. The left knee to your chest, and both knees press, and give yourself a lovely, loving hug. And gently roll to your side in a comfortable position. Again, this is one of my favorite places to be, but if you wish, you're welcome to stay there. Otherwise, begin to push up into a seated position. Sitting nice and tall, we bring our hands to heart center. With gratitude to our body for the practice, the movement. May every being in the world, in the universe, is fine and well. May we all begin our day with kindness, and we continue our thoughts, our words, and our actions with kindness towards ourselves and everyone and everything around us. Thank you so much for joining us today, and namaste.